Good afternoon and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Northeast High School graduating class of 2019. I am Benita Pearson, and it is my pleasure to work with the students and staff as Vice Principal of Northeast High School. Tonight's event symbolizes the culmination of the hard work and dedication that have gone into our students' academic success. Although it is an exciting time for the graduates, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to honor an important group with us this evening. As the politician Broad Henry once said, families are the compass that guides us. They are the inspiration to reach great heights and our comfort when we occasionally falter. We would like for our wonderful parents, guardians, and supportive family members to stand at this time and be recognized. We honor you today. This occasion is one that should be dignified and characterized by appropriate behavior. In order to maintain the integrity of this ceremony, we request that you please respect all participants. At this time, please place on silent mode all cell phones and all electronic devices that may distract from the ceremony. A professional photographer is prepared to capture the moment your graduate receives his or her diploma. Hence, we ask that all guests remain seated throughout the ceremony, taking pictures only from your seats. Please refrain from yelling and excessive noise to ensure that all speakers are heard and so that all guests may hear their graduate's name called as he or she crosses the stage. I would like to ask Dr. Paula Rogers to introduce the platform guests.
My name is Dr. Paula Rogers. I would like to introduce to you our platform guests this evening. Superintendent of the Kansas City, Missouri Public Schools is Dr. Mark Bedell. The illustrious principal of Northeast High School, Mr. Douglas Bowden. School leadership, we have Miss Elizabeth Alston. CTE, we have Rashawn Carruthers. Cabinet members, we have Dr. Jennifer Collier. Cabinet member, we have Mr. Louis Cordova. Board member, we have Rita Cortez. Special projects, we have Dr. Daryl Davis. CIPD, we have Dr. Trinity Davis. Cabinet members, we have Michael Reynolds. Cabinet member, Ms. Linda Quigley. Cabinet member, Justin Robinson. Cabinet members, Dr. and Deputy of the Kansas City, Missouri Public Schools, Marla Shepard. School leadership, Dr. Darren Slade. Board member, Jennifer Wolfsey. School leadership, Letitia, or Dr. Letitia, Woodley. School administration of Northeast High School, Ms. Vanita Pearson. School administration of Northeast High School, Mr. Stephen Belen. School administration at Northeast High School, Dr. Paula Rogers. At this time, I have the distinguished pleasure of asking Canisius Willis to come, better known as Kiki.
Good afternoon, family, friends, staff, and graduates. Today I am honored to give a special recognition to our extremely proud principal, Mr. Bowden. Mr. Bowden, would you come join me, please? At the beginning of my time at Northeast, I thought you were so mean because you would yell, 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 and make sure we were in class. It came to the point where you were threatening us ISS or 10 days just for being in the hallway. But now I see it was all worth it because you were showing us you cared about us. You wanted the best for us. You taught and showed me so much every single day. The long talks we have, some of us getting in trouble, us getting recognized for our actions, me in particular smashing that pie in your face and you reminded me about it every day. Not to mention when you could transform into Medea, let's not get into that.
No.
Your leadership and fatherly figure has pushed me to be great. We are so grateful for all you have been and all you have done for us. I want to end my speech with a saying Mr. Bowden has said every morning, seriously, every morning. Integrity and forgiveness. Those words will take you a long way. Always remember, young people, who is ultimately responsible for your actions here at Northeast. It's not Arianna, it's not Jackie, it's not Rainisha, it's not Tam, it's not Vince or even Juliet. Bottom line, it lies with you. Let's have a great day here in the nation of Vikings. Mr. Bowden, we appreciate and love you. I would now like to ask Arianna Rios to come to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Arianna Rios. And Mr. Blaine, if you could please sit beside me. As some of you know, Mr. Blaine is going to retire. This is going to be hard for me. And I want to give our dear Vice Principal a special recognition. Mr. Blaine has been with us since our 7th grade year, well, many of us. He is nothing but the best of Northeast. Not only does he have the biggest heart, but he's always going out of his way to help us. Mr. Blaine has been working in our district for 29 years. It is going to be tough, not only for him, but for our students as well. Mr. Blaine has made an impact on all of us. He was nothing but the best for us, so he puts us in extra hard work for us. Our graduation put him in complete dad mode. Anytime he saw one of us seniors in the hallway, he would be like, you turn your senior dues, got community service hours in, FAFSA, college, we didn't get a break. When he used to give me long speeches, I would sigh and roll my eyes. Now I appreciate them and understand them more than ever. Mr. Blaine pushed us to where we are today, graduating. He has always made sure we were taken care of by any means necessary. Not only is Mr. Blaine a vice principal, but he is family. I remember being ornery towards Mr. Blaine when I was 13 in the 7th grade, but now I respect him more than ever. He took each and every one of us and shaped us into young, respectful future leaders. I have no doubt in my mind that he is one of the most hardworking, generous, modest, and highly respected individuals I know. We always didn't agree with him, but we will take that extra mile to meet his expectations. In conclusion, we all want to express our sincerest gratitude for him, for all of his uncommon contributions and developments of our school. Thank you, Mr. Blaine, for pushing us all day, every day. Northeast will never be the same without you, and we love you. Mrs. Bloom, we would like to give you a gift. So come back up here, please.
It says, thank you for being the foundation here at Northeast High School. Your loyalty, hard work, and dedication to our students, parents, and staff will forever set the tone for Viking Nation and beyond. Mr. Bolden, could you please join us, please? As you all know, Mr. Bolden is retiring again. Is retiring also this year. Says to Mr. Bolden, the extremely proud principal of Northeast High School, thank you for your years of dedication, outstanding leadership, and encouragement to our students, parents, and staff here in Viking Nation.
Now I would like to present the salutatorian of 2019 Northeast class, my friend, Pray Ray.
Good afternoon to all the attendees who has come to celebrate this honorable night with us. As the proud salutatorian of Northeast High School, I am honored to deliver this speech on behalf of class of 2019. My main speech tonight is to acknowledge and sincerely thank everyone who has invested, who has contributed to making sure that we overcome our challenges and obstacles. First, I, myself, and the rest of the graduates would like to utilize this moment to show appreciations and thank all the parents in this building and also those who could not make it to the graduation for always supporting us in everything that we do. When we were in a tough situations, you guys were always there to make sure that we make a good judgment and always led us to a rightful path. We wanted to let you know that you are our aspirations and you always get the best out of us. Thank you for everything, both emotionally and financially. And now please give a round of applause for the parents. Second, we would like to thank all the teachers and staff of Northeast High School who has been there for us for freshman year up to this day. For the last 4 years of our time being with you guys, we have grasped a lot of new sets of skill. Without your assistance, we would not be here today walking across the stage. Your support matters to us and we don't take your action for granted. All we can say in return is that we thank you for your great service. And now please give a round of applause for the teachers and staff of Northeast High School. Finally, to my fellow graduates, I would like to give a small message to you before I take my seat. In the future, when you're encountering many complicated situations or challenges, in that meantime, I advise you not to give up so easily. I advise you not to be discouraged. There's going to be ups and downs in your life. You will make a mistake every once in a while. Just know that it is okay to make a mistake. Albert Einstein said, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Now we all know we can relate it to this. But it is not okay when you don't acknowledge what you have done. We must acknowledge and learn from our mistakes so that we can become a better person. This is the message I want you all to receive from me. Now before I end this speech, I would like to comment on how extremely proud I am to be a part of this class year. It has been fun being your friends. It has been fun being your classmate. I wish you the best in everything that you do. Go Vikings and thank you. Now I would like to introduce our valedictorian, Jeremy Houston, to come up here and give a speech.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure some of you may be wondering who I am and why you've never seen me or heard my name before today, but I live in the same neighborhood as some of you, and my home is here in the heart of Kansas City, Missouri. Not only am I a student from Northeast High School, but I've been very fortunate and I've worked very hard to be accepted into the early college program at MCC's Penn Valley campus. So even if you didn't know me before today, I'm sure that you may come to know me as we all grow as fellow citizens in this wonderful community. We should all be extremely proud of this accomplishment and take pride in ourselves because we've already come this far. You can take my word for it. I never even imagined myself receiving this honor of valedictorian, yet here I stand. I want to thank so many of the faculty here and at MCC for this recognition and giving me the tools that I needed to succeed in my life. I also want to give a special thank you to our extremely proud principal of Northeast High School, Mr. Bolden, who I receive messages from on a daily basis, keeping me connected to what's going on in the school. I would also like to thank my family, especially my mom, who has dedicated herself to supporting me and my goals, as well as my grandparents who came from out of state to watch me and to speak to everyone who has believed in me. We should all be thankful that we are given this day and that we can look forward to the next, having the ability to drive our lives forward into a successful future that we make for ourselves. I know it's been extremely tough at times to look towards the future when you're just trying to get through the day, that test, that homework, or that lecture, whatever stress life is throwing your way. But you should always stand tall, proud, and committed to finishing what you started. You can look back later and wonder how you made it through one day. We really can do anything we put our minds to, as long as we keep believing in ourselves. It's not going to be high school anymore once we step into the real world and take our deserved places in it. It's time for us to start acting like the adults we are and have proven so by earning this diploma. Don't be afraid to dream, have hopes and goals. As the very wise Nelson Mandela once said, there's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living. You have to ask yourself, what do you want from life and how can you best attain it? What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Steve Jobs. I also like this quote from Denzel Washington, in which he states, "Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success." Thank you. I would like now to present Dr. Darius Jones.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, parents, friends, and graduates. We gather here to celebrate the culmination of the compulsory education of the scholars that sit before us, the 2019 graduating class of Northeast High School. I stand here with the desire to, first of all, give honor to individuals who provided a path for me. I want to thank Mr. Douglas Bolden for giving me the opportunity 3 years ago to begin serving as an administrator in my career. Northeast High School, many of you were sophomores the year that I had an opportunity to serve. I thank you, Mr. Bolden. I thank you, Mr. Steve Boleyn, who have served students like yourselves for over 70 years, nearly 70 years combined. And thank you so much for all that you've done, not only for Northeast, but for Kansas City. 13 years ago, each of you embarked upon a journey that had endless possibilities. Your parents and guardians sent you off to your first day of school with the hope of their scholar becoming a better informed learner with a wide scope view of the world. At the time, no one could have ever predicted the trials and triumphs that you would endure. But with perseverance, determination, resiliency, and grit, you have overcome every obstacle to arrive at this shining moment. Every graduate in the class of 2019 has a unique story regarding the way in which you were molded and shaped. Graduates, Your broad and unique experiences have brought you to this juncture where in the blink of an eye, every action taken must be intentional and purposeful. Why? Because time waits for no one. When I reflect on the person that I once was and see where I stand today, it's easy for me to think about some of the most simple things in life. Eating. I had ridiculous eating habits. You can look at me and you think, wow, no way in the world Dr. Jones could have been a finicky, picky eater. But I was. What I consumed was predicated on the smell, the sight, and if I could get past that, the taste, the texture. What I realized is that there were certain things that I didn't like in whatever it was that I was given. So rather than continually be fed something or forced to eat something that I didn't want, I took it upon myself to become a cook. That's how I got as big as I am. I learned how to cook. I realized that the very thing that I hated the most, mayonnaise, the scent of mayonnaise, the sight of it, the texture, it grossed me out. But then as I became a cook, I realized what went into mayonnaise. I realized that the various ingredients that form that emulsified substance that I can't even get past the sight of included many ingredients that I use for various recipes. You're asking, Dr. Jones, why are you going into the idea of what you eat? I say this because we are in a time in our country and in our world where many of our rights are challenged. Many of our thoughts are challenged. And someone is willing and able to step in and tell you what you should become and who you should be. I charge my own students, my own children, that you want to be in charge of your destiny. Don't become the ingredients. Don't become the object. Don't become a decision. Take charge. Many of you have demonstrated at many times that you are a take charge kind of student. I'm sure some of you have used the phrase, you're not my mama. You're not my daddy. Who are you to tell me what to do? Well, we're at a point now where people are going to continue to tell you what to do. But you have the right, and you have now the power to decide how much it affects you. I challenge you, class of 2019, to move away from being spoken to, spoken towards. Move away from that. Become the decision makers. Become the individuals that will lead and will tell others. You, class of 2019, have to take charge of your destiny. Decide who you want to become and always maintain the autonomy that exists for where you want to be. I applaud you, I applaud your parents, I applaud the teachers, and I continue to say to young people, go off, enjoy life, be exposed to the various beauties of life, but be sure to give back, because someone will be sitting in that seat very soon. And the legacy that you want to leave is one that is fruitful, one that can be modeled, one that can be mimicked. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and never disappoint the person that you represent. Congratulations, 2019. I wish you the best.
So at this time, if Mr. Douglas Bowden, principal of Northeast High School, would please join me at the podium.
Superintendent Dr. Mark T. Bedell, Will you please join me at the podium, sir? On behalf of Northeast High School, it is my honor to present to you the 2019 candidates for graduation. These students have met all district and state graduation requirements to be considered a graduate of the Kansas City Public Schools. Do you accept my graduating class of 2019 from Northeast High School?
I do. So I want to start off by once again thanking the faculty and staff, the two administrators here, Mr. Bolin and Mr. Balin, who are getting ready to retire. We thank you for your service to this district and to the students here in Kansas City. I want to thank our parents, and most importantly, I want to thank all of you students for persevering. This is a huge accomplishment, trust me. And then I also want to acknowledge one of our board members, Manny Abarca. If you could, just want to thank you for being here today, one of the podium members that was missed. And so I have one piece of advice for you, and this is quick because I want you all to come on across this stage and move on with the next phase of your life. And it's real quick and simple. Do not let others define who you are. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other opinions drown you out of your own inner voice. Go out here, live your life, represent us well, come back and be a value add to the future classes that are coming behind you. So let's get right to it. Upon the recommendation of the administration and faculty of Northeast High School, I seek the authority of the chair and the school board of the Kansas City Public Schools to confer upon each of you a high school diploma with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Members of the board, do you accept this class? We do. Thank you. As superintendent of schools, I certify that these seniors have met all of the requirements set forth by the Kansas City Public Schools Board and the state of Missouri. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare the class of 2019 to be graduates of Northeast High School.
We're now getting ready to read the names. So everyone to their positions, please.
Arianna Rios. Vanessa Arredondo. Lamaya Ashley. Destiny Marie Alger.
That means that we must clear this area quickly and orderly and safely. So that being said, we're to please exit first, and then we will